And welcome back to this channel, mine and Hendo, where each day during the month of December, we are bringing you content every single night, every single day. It's just like you can't get enough of us, and that's okay because we're
Yeah,
going to
you
keep
can.
coming. And it's okay if you can't because we're coming back day after day to bring you content. Tonight, we are previewing the matchup between the Baltimore Ravens and the New York Giants. Good evening, Hendo. How are you tonight?
I'm well in yourself. I'm a little upset right now, not
Uh-oh.
doing the best because, we were supposed to have a special guest. The whole point and purpose of this stream was to bring on one of the Giants' biggest fans and have him come and speak about, the state of his team, how he feels they're going to get better, how he feels that they're going to do against the Baltimore Ravens. Because for the last few years, I had to hear him talk a bunch of smack about how Lamar Jackson's only loss was to him, Daniel Jones, and blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, knowing that his team had no chance on Sunday,
Hmm.
he started shivering in his boots and cowardly decided not to show up.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Well, that's okay. Life happens sometimes. So hopefully this special guest will come back. Well, I'll invite him again to another show, and hopefully special guest, New York Giants fan extraordinaire will, you know, be able to make it next time. We're not going to say his name. I see you, Shug. Good evening.
Right.
Good
We
evening.
have listen, we operate a little differently over here. His name is Ferris though.
Oh, see there? You can't
Everybody
do.
knows everybody knows that it's Ferris. Like it's not a surprise. Even when you announced that you were having a guest on the show, everybody knew it was going to be Ferris.
I don't know. Maybe there are some people who are new. Yeah, Osmond knew. Ferris not here? Exactly. See?
Thank you, Osmond.
Dang, Ferris. That's okay. Much love to Ferris. I'll certainly invite him back, and hopefully next time we'll be able to get him on the show. Because I will say, for him to be such a young man, ooh, I'm not that old, okay, but for him to be such a young man, his knowledge, his just breadth of knowledge just is pretty fascinating. The fact that he knows so much, not just about
You-
sports, but life in general.
That's because you don't hang out with us and you don't know. He's Benjamin Buttons. Ferris has been on this earth for like 100 years, and he's aging backwards.
Duly noted. Thank you for letting me know. Just Tornado,
What's going on?
Osmond, 86 Ghost, B Squared, Jeff J, and those are just a few of my amazing channel members who've already joined in the chat. Thank you. I see
Shout out.
you,
Shout
Jonathan
out to
Austin.
Rave Kingdom. His birthday's tomorrow. So we're gonna give him a happy birthday
Oh
today.
goodness! You know what
Do
that
you
means? We
dance? You
have to
gonna do
do a
your
birthday
dance?
stream tomorrow for him. Oh, that sounds good. Let's put a pin in that.
He said.
Go ahead and give
Ray
us
said. Ray,
thumbs
no, no, no.
up
Ray
in
said.
the
Ray said he gonna
chat
be out
if you
partying.
would like to have a stream tomorrow night to celebrate one of our very own who stands his ground and believes in Ben Cleveland. Let us
We are
know by
here
giving
to
us
talk
thumbs
about
up.
the Giants. Come on now. Stop. We here to talk about the Giants in the Ravens game. Don't do that.
Give us a thumbs up in the chat. Just do that real quick. If you want to see a birthday stream tomorrow night with myself and Hendo and just celebrating Rave Kingdom, just thumbs up in the chat. I
Oh no, we
appreciate
can
you.
celebrate him. We can celebrate him. We don't have to stream about it though.
We do. Anyway, let's get this party started. I see you. Hey there, Nightmare Kilo and
What's going on?
Shug, Jared, all of the usuals who come here. Y'all calling Ferris a bum scoop. Hi,
No, no, that
Jonathan
that's his
Austin.
that's his name.
I
That's his
know.
that's his actual name.
I know. And I had to ask you, what is bum scoop? And you told me. So,
Yeah,
anyways,
back in the day,
yes,
that's what they used to call. They used to call that news. Scoop used to be news,
right.
and bum scoop. He's giving
Is when
bad news,
bad
inaccurate.
information,
Yeah,
inaccurate. Yeah, I got. Thank you for the thumbs up. Spam the chat if you want a live stream tomorrow, because that's the only way Hendo's gonna do it. You got to convince him. Let's talk about these Giants.
okay.
Let's talk about these Ravens.
Let's go.
Hendo, let's start
Let's
with
hit it.
how do you feel about our offensive line going against the D line for the Giants?
Well, with Brian Burns a little nicked up, Sexy Dexy not playing, like I feel really good. And of course, we're going to come out this game talk about how improved the offensive line is and how amazing that they look because they went up against a bunch of Costco workers. It is what it is. But I'm glad for this game. Like coming out the bye, starting this 3 game stretch in the next 10 days. I'm happy for this game. Like it's an easy game. It's something that we don't have to go really hard for. Maybe we can get a insurmountable lead early on, and the Ravens can rest their players in the second half. So I'm glad for it. Like,
You guys see the beauty of eCam? I can just change this right on the spot right here. 86 Ghost wants to know, why can't we buy channel memberships on Hendo's channel?
say
He'll
what?
say less, because he's gonna look into that really quickly. Thank you for letting us know. We'll make sure that donate channel members. Yeah, why can't he's saying on your channel he's not able to donate channel memberships? Let me change the text here, the color, so it'll be a nice little contrast. Bada, look at that. Yes, I like that. There we go. So he's going to look into that to figure out what's going on, and we'll let you know as soon as we have an answer. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Our offensive line should do very well, and that's for all the reasons that you mentioned. Is it a true test of how good we are as an O-line unit? No, it's not. But we play the opponents who are put on the schedule. That's who we face. Let's get it. This could really be, building some momentum, right, for this offensive line, building some confidence for this O-line, and trying to get the momentum to swing in their favor would be huge for them, because as we all know, we have 3 games in 10 days. We are going to need as much, faith in our team, confidence going into these next several games, because, there's very little room for error. So,
Right.
yeah. And interestingly enough, Hendo, you said people are going to start talking to say, oh man, look, our O-line is just so good and we're so dominant. And look, this is what you already know. That's really not true. But let's see what happens, right? I don't want to speak too soon, but let's see what happens. I think we should be able to hold our own as an offensive line with the injuries. New York Giants are pretty banged up right now, not just on O-line. They've got a lot of injuries, and we, thank God, are pretty healthy. Sands, I think, Sanusi Kane, and I can't even remember the other person.
This is TJ Tampa.
That's the one. I want to call him Adisa Isaac, but yeah, TJ Tampa, people that we don't really even see anyway. So okay, whatever. So it shouldn't make that much of a difference that they're not there, but we'll see. Hey there, Brodney. Good evening. Good evening. Thanks for being here. In terms of our O-line's ability to really block for Lamar, give him time. I'm sorry, is that going to happen? Are you believing that our O-line will at least take a step in the right direction this game and create lanes for the running backs?
I mean, they should. Like, listen, this game is a light game, and I hate to sound so confident and cocky, but I'm just like, I'm not afraid of the New York Giants. Like, they just don't scare me at all. They are 0-7. They are 0-7 at home. They are probably the worst scoring team in the league. They put up 11 points last week versus the New Orleans Saints. Like, I'm not
Yeah,
worried
but
about the Giants.
it's those teams and against those types of competitions that we just seem to play down to it. It just seems like we struggle when we should not. There's no reason we should, but we do anyway. I'm not totally worried about the game, but I'm not going in there just saying that, like Devon. Hey there, cousin Devon. Thanks for being here. He said we better win by 50. I'm not that confident that we're going to win by 50. And we'll get into some of our, thoughts on score predictions in a little bit, but that's just kind of how I see it. It's a shame we're talking about making steps. Look,
100%. But listen, listen. We play down the competition, but it's pretty hard to play down in this competition.
Yeah,
like listen. Daniel Jones, as bad as he was, he has had moments. They're starting Tommy Cutlets. Now he's had a few wins over a couple seasons, but he doesn't scare anybody. Malik Neighbors, he scares some people. But he is the only one on offense, and this offense no longer deploys Saquon Barkley. So now you don't have the threat of the run. Now, Tracy, he's been solid. He's nothing special in my eyes.
Yeah.
So outside of Malik Neighbors, you double or bracket him, you don't have anybody else to worry about. Their offensive line is not that good. What's going on, Robert? Their offensive line is not that good. Running backs, solid at best. And the rest of their wide receiving core, I'm not afraid of them. Let's Darius Slayton, he can make plays, but they have to protect the quarterback and give him time to get him the ball. Malik
Yeah.
Neighbors, if we shut him down, it's game over. Like, no, I'm not. I don't mean to disrespect him, but
Yeah, for
0
sure.
and 7 at home, winless in your own stadium.
Mm. Yeah, that's right. That's right. This could be a really big night for our wide receivers. This could be and should be a really big night for our running backs and even to a lesser degree to our, for our tight ends. This is a game where we should be able to incorporate
Mm-hmm.
a lot of our players who had been relatively quiet as of late. I'm speaking about Isaiah Likely.
I knew it.
I mean, this is a type of defense and type of team where it would be, this would be good. This would be
Mm-hmm.
actually noteworthy, like to say, yeah, okay, well, he had a really nice game tonight or today. Yeah, this is great. I could see that, but we're
Only
gonna
if he
have
get
to,
open. Only if he gets open.
right?
Me, if I'm the quarterback, I'm like, yo, you pouting and taking plays off. Like dudes fighting for yards, you're walking off the field. I'm not rewarding you for childish behavior. Like if you're open, I'll get you the ball. But I'm not forcing anything to you. You haven't earned that yet. You haven't been good since
Yeah.
week 1. This week 15. And not all of it is on Isaiah Likely, of course,
No, it's
but
not.
I don't like childish efforts because it resonates throughout the team. It becomes infectious. We see Zay Flowers jumping up and down, acting like a child because he's wide open. I don't see Lamar jumping up and down, screaming and throwing fits when Zay drops balls. I don't know what's going on with this team. This is something that we've never really seen from
Yeah,
Ravens players before. It's on offense, and it's just they're just disjointed right now, and it may have something to do with the head coach. I know that there's been some talk about the locker room, everything ain't kosher
yeah.
up at one winning drive. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not rewarding you for this behavior. You come to work, you do what you're supposed to do. If your job is to block for this game, your job is to block for this game. That's
Yeah, but
it.
your job has been to block for every game. And here we are
Uh,
in week 15 and having the same conversation,
all right,
going
cool.
over people's job descriptions. Your job as a kicker is to make field goals, to make
Yeah.
points after there's a touchdown. That's what extra point attempts. That's your job. So we're here in week 15 having these types of conversations. So
True, but you have an own example in your own locker room. Because in
yeah,
the beginning, everybody was like, "What's wrong with Mark Andrews? Oh, he's just a block. He's just a high price blocker now."
mm,
And then he turned things around, and over the last
it
few
did.
weeks, he's been balling out of control.
Yep.
So once again, you do your job and do what you're supposed to do. You'll get the ball. We just have to figure some other things out offensively to get it right. But if you don't get the ball, it's supposed to be about winning. It's supposed to be about the team getting to the ultimate goal of the Super Bowl, not you getting your numbers, not you being able to dance in the end zone. It's not all about that. And I think some of the players are starting to forget that.
I just taking, a couple of moments to kind of catch up on Hard Knocks and looking
Hmm.
at the body language and through the pressers this week, just the body language of like Derrick Henry,
Hmm.
just almost seemed disinterested. Like, hey, I don't really want to be here. I have other things to do, better things to do. I mean, I don't want to read too much into it, but
Hmm.
there's something to be said. If we're having the conversation of, has John Harbaugh lost this locker room? You have to go with, looking at body language. You have to, because nobody's just going to come outright and say, yes, he has. In fact, we all hate him in the locker. Nobody's going to say that. So you have to look at circumstantial evidence, and that's how do players respond to questions? How do they
Marcus Peters
present?
would say it.
What'd you say?
Marcus Peters would say it.
We don't have Marcus Peters anymore.
I know, but I'm just saying he would say it.
He would.
And
Name
that's
one
why he
player right now. Name one player on this team who
uh-huh.
would have that Marcus Peters-esque type, aura to say, oh yeah, he lost the locker room. Who would do that? Name one player right now. Someone in the chat, name a player who has that Marcus Peters type. Listen,
I'm not. Listen, I'm not gonna say Marcus Peters esque, but there is one player on this team who I do believe, if things got to a certain point, he would speak up, and that would be Rashad Bateman. He did it with EDC. He didn't keep quiet with EDC. He like, yo, you need to stop worrying about what you got going on over here and worry about your job. Do your job right. Stop worrying about us and blaming us. Like, I think he would say something. That's right. It's
Tora calls it the what?
horrible.
Horrible effect. That's
Horrible.
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 Yeah,
Horrible.
I can't even say it, Tora. But yes, those players. Yeah, yeah, they tied, boss. They tied. They're not tired.
Bernard Paulo was another one. All the players that had something to say,
Yeah,
John Harbaugh made sure they were gone the next season.
Rodney, he was kicking in the rain. Leave him alone, Yolanda. Look, I heard that he was the lone player out there yesterday. It was horrible weather up this way, and he was out there kicking
So
field goals in the rain. He
him.
needs to. I'm not going to leave him alone. He needs to. Until he demonstrates consistently that he doesn't have to, his play is much better and consistent and it warrants him to not have to kick in the rain, I'm not going to leave him alone. Sorry, Brodney. He needs to be
Right.
out there.
I mean, listen, all the kicking in the rain isn't going to do a thing
Yeah.
until you're in a game time situation. Like, it may be better for him, but somebody had diagnosed this problem with being that he kicks the ball so hard, he compensates a little bit to the left, and a lot of his kicks are traveling to the left. So it may not be just a practice and the kick, practice and the kick, practice and the kick. It may be a technique thing. It may be mental. Who knows? We won't find out until the playoffs when we really, really need him to make a play.
Davon, I'm done. We done stressed Henry's locks out. I'm just
You've been going
stream
on locks.
over. Stream over. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm just teasing. Hey there, Philip. Nice to see you. Yeah, that's it, Philip. Laugh at Davon because that was terrible.
I don't think he was laughing at Davon, but yeah,
Just say he was, okay? Just Philip,
he was
just
laughing.
laugh at Davon.
He was laughing at John Harbaugh.
I don't even know how to pronounce it, but I'm gonna let that go. Yeah, that is the problem. Absolutely. Yeah. We're going to talk about Deontay in just a moment. We're going to talk about him, but you think Deontay would say something? But we'll talk about. He's already in the hot seat. He's trying to figure stuff out.
Listen. No, and Reg is right in this point. No.
Okay, I'll listen. I'll listen.
The reason why he would say something is he's trying to get kicked off this team. Like, don't suspend me for a game. I lose a game check, and then you just relegate me to the bench for the rest of the season and give me spot duty. No, kick me off this team. Let me go to the Kansas City Chiefs, win my Super Bowl, and get a contract for next year. Because that's what's going to happen. That's why the Ravens won't release him. Because if they release him, he's going to a contender who's going to utilize his skills.
Yeah, he doesn't want that. Of course not.
So he would say something. But, every time you mention his name, John Harbaugh, like, his face just turns beet red.
Yeah.
And he just, what?
I already answered that question. I believe we already answered that. We've spoken on it. There's nothing else I can add. Yeah, it's that kind of response. Davon, exactly. That's the answer. Bingo.
Deontay must have hit on his wife or something. I don't know.
Stop it. Hey there, Jeff J.
You shouldn't be that mad at somebody for insubordination. Like, it should, like, as a professional, as a coach, as a man, it should be over with now. He did what he did. He's been punished for it. It's over.
We got to move on.
You shouldn't be holding grudges like that. I don't know if his daughter was like, hey, he's kind of cute, Dad. And he's, what?
You know what? Not tonight, Hendo.
No,
Not tonight.
No, you won't. I'm just saying, why would you still be this upset about that question? It's over with and done.
Yeah. I mean, same reason. Why are you still upset with Ben Cleveland? What did he do? Hello?
Ate a squirrel out his backyard.
Exactly. Philip says John Harbaugh needs to just announce that he is going to retire after this season. I don't know, Philip. I don't know, because
that'd be the perfect scenario.
No, I mean, if we win a Super Bowl, and I've said this before, if we win a Super Bowl this year, I can see him bowing out gracefully, like, hey, I put in the time, I put in the years, and now look, I'm ending my tenure here on a very positive note. But if we don't win a Super Bowl, if we make it to the AFC Championship and we're out, I don't see a scenario where Harbaugh retires. I'm not saying that they would mutually part ways. I'm saying him voluntarily saying, I'm done. No, he'll have to be forced out because he's got too much pride to say, I ended my career. I went out 2 years back to back in a row, made it almost to the final dance, but gosh darn it, I couldn't get my team there. He's not going to go out like that. No, I would disagree, but it would be nice though, Philip.
If we lose to the Giants, I say fire him the next.
No,
Fire him on the bus ride home.
exactly. We play at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock. How long is it? 3 hour
First of
drive,
all,
3 hour bus ride. 5 o'clock, we need to have a presser. 6 o'clock, we need to have a presser. Breaking news: the Ravens have an announcement.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
So,
I've been talking big smack on this one. Like they can't lose.
oh
I will not be able to face Giants fans coming at me talking about Lamar just can't beat us. Like, nah, we can't do that. What's going
yeah,
on, Brent?
yeah. Hey there, Brent. Thanks for being here. Got my baby enjoying this show with me for the first time. He said this is can't miss material. I appreciate that. Thank you and your baby for watching. Thanks
Appreciate
for
it. Appreciate
yeah,
it.
we do. Shout out to both of you.
I just want to
Uh,
apologize to your baby for the month of January because this will be missed.
Let me go back to and I'm coming to you, Heather. I'm coming. I'm gonna come right
It's all
back.
right. I handle it.
Brent, you can't always listen to Hendo when he says this is going to be the end of it. I don't really think he means it. And the way you can show that, like, we really want you back, you can leave us comments, spam the chat with bring Hendo back, hashtag Hendo forever, whatever you decide to do. That's how you can let Hendo know that you do not want this whole 31-day content challenge to end. You want it to keep it going, especially because in January we're going to the playoffs, right? That's us.
Okay. All right. Fine.
That's
Playoffs.
us.
We good for the playoffs. After the playoffs. So February, after the Super Bowl, it's donezo.
That's what he says now. Heather, thank you for being here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well.
Didn't I say the same thing about streaming on Sundays? And I stopped that, didn't I?
We're working on it. Okay. Work in progress. Work in progress. We got some deals to make, but let's get back to this game. Who on the offense would you like to see have, and let us know in the chat. And if you are watching this on replay, thank you. Let us know as well. Leave a comment down below. On our offense, who would you like to see really have a game, like the game of their life? Who would you like that player? Who would you want to see that player?
Lamar Jackson. Lamar
Okay.
Jackson is 7 touchdowns away with 4 games. I'm sorry, 7 touchdowns away with 4 games left, with tying his career high. 8, he breaks it
Yeah.
with 4 games left. Hopefully he can get these 8 touchdowns. Hopefully he can get 10 and get to 40. But I just want him to get a career high in touchdowns because he's going to get a career high in yardage. So I want him to do that, break out, and maybe most of those targets go to Tylan Wallace because this is a contract year for Tylan Wallace. So,
Yeah.
I need him to get his numbers up a little bit. So regardless if he stays with the Ravens or goes somewhere else, he can go somewhere and get his money.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Derrick Henry. It means a lot to him to be the best running back or the running back with the most yards. And he was right there when we were playing the Eagles. I think he was maybe 60, 70 yards right behind Saquon.
But that was with
And
one more game, though.
I know that was with at that time that was with one more game. So now I
He's about
think
2 bills. He's about 2 bills away.
yeah. So
Yeah, he ain't catching Saquon unless Saquon get hurt or sit out a couple games. He ain't catching him.
or I don't know the Eagles' schedule, their remaining schedule. We were able to
Pittsburgh.
limit. We were
Yeah,
able to limit Saquon until the third quarter, fourth
Okay.
quarter, something like that. So
Right.
all it takes is another defense to stop or severely limit Saquon a time or two, and then Derrick Henry's right back in the hunt. Let me
Oh,
see.
because the Rams held Saquon in check until the third quarter, and then he had 2 70-yard runs.
I know.
So you can say somebody's going to hold him in check.
Yeah.
All it takes for him is one run, and this is why a lot of us said, listen, I'm happy that we have Derrick Henry. Glad that we went and did something, but that's why a lot of us said we should have gone out there and got Saquon Barkley. He's younger, we can keep him for a lot longer, and we can use him in the passing game. And there are some games that while the running back was on the field, we could have utilized those skills. But I'm happy with what we got. So I
I'm
hope
done.
he catches up. But if he don't,
I would just like it for I'm done. I'm done, Nightmare Kilo.
be on
I'm
tape.
done.
Oh,
Like
wait.
game over. He said, "Oh wait, yeah, Robert, I can endorse that. Keaton Mitchell would love to see it. Can we at least see Keaton
Can you
on the
get him on the
field?
field?
Can we at least see him on the field and not just in special teams?
Mm-mm. We saved him for the playoffs so he can get hurt from inactivity.
We don't save players for the playoffs. That's a question that I get often. Do you think we're stashing this player or that player? Do you think we're reserving them for the playoffs or, you know? And my answer is just no. Mm-mm.
Right.
I think we don't play players for whatever reason John Harbaugh decides not to play them. That's what I think it is. But Big Reg says Rashad Bateman. Why? Why would you want to see a big game out of Rashad? Let me know. And Osmond said Falele. I'm going to ask this question.
Mm.
I'm going to ask this question. It's not an obvious one. So why
It's a
do you
good
want
one.
to see Falele have a really good game?
So Lamar doesn't get hurt.
Yes, obviously that. But
He's a nice guy. He's a nice, quiet guy.
yeah. Yeah.
What's up, Dave?
Hey
He's
there,
a nice guy.
David.
Nobody wishes on his downfall. He just is not. He's not good, but nobody wants him to play bad. We want him to be better.
We do. We want him to be better, but I just meant like who could on the offense, not just O lineman, but like who on the offense could really stand to benefit from having an amazing game. Like, yes, did you see the numbers of this or the stats that this particular player put up? They, might not have been trending in the right direction, but wow, this could do wonders for them moving forward.
Odafe Owe.
I said on the offense, I
I'm
did.
sorry.
I did. You're not sorry. You're not sorry.
No, I
I
was gonna say that was say get him stuff to double digits.
I said on the offense.
Okay,
Okay.
offense.
Okay.
Let's stick with what I said.
How do you think Ronnie Stanley's going to do this game? He's been really consistent all year for us. Do you have any concerns going into this one?
No,
Okay.
the Giants are not going to be able to provide any pressure. Like they're just not a good team. They're 0-7 at home. They have the
Yeah.
lowest scoring rate at home. I think they have the lowest scoring rate points per game throughout the league. Like, and then you've gotten worse. Your starting quarterback's gone.
Yeah.
Some of your players are quitting on the team. Like Malik Neighbors the rookie seems to be the only one trying to bring a fire to this team and get them to actually play, even though they're not going anywhere. He knows that you have to set that culture. You have to set winning ways, and all of this is for the future for the guys who play hard that are going to be there next season. So he wants to build for the future. He knows what's up. But outside of him, we ain't got to worry about nobody pressuring Lamar. The only person going to pressure Lamar is John Harbaugh.
Facts. Yeah. For real. Hey there, MDT Sports. Thank you for being here. Living Legend. Good to see you.
Yeah, well,
Patrick McSorry. He needs to have a good game. I don't know. I still don't. Yeah. Pat McCary. That's like the same thing as Daniel Falele to me.
no.
To me, it is.
At least
When I
Falele
say,
does not get penalties every game.
I didn't say they're like equal in terms of like playing. I meant what I was going to say was they're like the
I mean, they
same
both
thing.
suck. They equally suck. Like they're both on
That's
suckage
not what I
level.
was going to say.
They're
I
both on
wasn't gonna,
suckage level.
I didn't know that there was a meter that you can measure how much a player's. That's not where I was going with this. I was going to say both of them. They're in the same situation in terms of both of them really could stand to have a good game to say like, hey, I can do it. Yeah, boost my confidence. That's where I was going with this.
Me pass blocking against my son. Look, guys, he didn't touch the quarterback. It's your son.
Yeah,
It's really no competition. Like, how can you be proud of those things?
yeah,
Like you're going up against backups upon backups, third stringers, some of them. I mean, I want you to have a good game, but that's not anything that you can be proud of. Maybe it gives them confidence going into the next game
yeah.
because next week is when the real tale of the season begins for us. This week we're facing off against the Division II New Jersey Giants. Like they're junior college. Like they're not even a major program. They wouldn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, Reg. Coming off of an injury, you want to see if he can, truly be a true option at wide receiver. I mean, Rashad Bateman has been a true option at wide receiver. I didn't say he's been a great true option, but that's who we've relied on heavily. That's it. And even after we brought Deontay in, we decided, well, we're going to rely on Bateman and we're going to rely on, and then when he went out of an injury and was like, oh, okay, well, still not going to rely on you, Deontay, because we have the next person, and then that didn't pan out. Okay, now it's your turn. So, I mean, we've kind of always relied on Bateman. So yeah, but it can be good to see.
Not always. You can't be injury prone throughout your career and be completely relied on.
I'm talking about this season. I'm not speaking like years
This
past. Like this season, yeah, for this season only, he's been relatively healthy. Bateman, yeah, he's played well and he's been relatively healthy this season. Yeah, so that's what I meant. But
Danny DeVito.
Dre Greenlaw is back. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I changed my mind. 49ers are going to win that game. I'm sorry. They're going to
lose that game.
Greenlaw is back. Okay.
Have you seen, Puka Nacua is back.
Yeah, he is.
Cooper Kupp is playing well, and Matt Stafford is on one right now. Who's going to stop them? Listen, Deebo Samuels is over there complaining about his targets.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what we're going to get from Kittles every now and again. Trent Williams isn't starting. Like, they have some issues over there. So it's not a done deal for the 49ers. They are 5-7 or 5-8 or whatever they are for 6-7, 6-8 for a reason.
If Hendo, if you can drop the link to your channel in the chat, please, to make sure that not only David, but everyone else who's here. And if you are unsure, if you are
have any control over the chat, you do.
But you can drop your link in the chat. You can't drop it in the chat. Let me.
I can't do anything with the chat. Oh. Like I'm limited over here.
Let me go grab Hendo's link.
Appreciate it though.
And while I do that, talk amongst yourselves. Let me do that.
Yeah. So like I said, the 49ers, they were contenders, and it's been proven that once one of the super friends doesn't play, that Brock Purdy and them don't do too well. Your man already out. They got so many injuries. Christian McCaffrey's out. His backup is out. Like, they're down to their third string running back. But listen, Ghost, you go ahead. You pick the 49ers. I need to get some more games up on you because it seems like we keep picking the same players every week. And if y'all don't know, it's the Pick'ems League. You have two Pick'ems League, my league, LBHT's league. I'm in first place. Cousin Davon is right behind me in my league. And Brandon is right behind me in LBHT's league.
Wait, I'm not winning? I'm not winning on any league?
You're not in the Pick'ems League. You are in the Fantasy Football League.
I know, but
your teams are amazingly.
They're great.
Putrid.
I did a good job.
They're amazing.
I did a great job constructing that roster. Mm-hmm.
You did not. Your team suck. I don't even know what your record is. You didn't make the playoffs. You don't like the trade.
You don't have to reveal family business. Like, have some, discretion.
Oh, my bad. I'm saying you sit up here lying to the people talking about I do amazing.
Listen, you never know. I can turn it around.
You might win a toilet bowl. You're actually correct.
Stop it. Okay, let me pull up the chat here and drop Hendo's link. They're in. Okay. But while I'm doing that.
No, I'm sorry. No. You just sat there and said Dre Greenlaw's playing. The 49ers are going to win. Change your pick, Brandon. Change your pick. Stand on business. Don't talk about I'm sticking with the Ram. You just said the 49ers are going to win.
I think they can. I think they have I think they have a really good chance of winning. I do.
Everybody has a chance of winning. The Giants have a chance of winning. It's slim.
Mm-hmm. Okay, finally got it. Whew. Okay, there we go. So now, everyone, there is the link to Hendo's channel here on YouTube. If you are unsure if you are subscribed, make sure to click that link, go over, subscribe to Hendo's channel. You don't want to miss the 31 days of content on his channel all December long and moving right into January and into February. Let's see.
I feel like Keisha Cole. I just want it to be over.
No. Wait. Big Reg says that he and Brandon Bozell are dominating in Coaches League. Okay.
They are.
I said, okay.
They are. Listen, some of us have been there before. Some of us have not. I'm just saying.
Wait, 49ers are losing? Okay. Well, the game's just getting started. We have time. We have time. It's not even close to, we have plenty of time. All right. So let's talk about the defense a little bit. Let's talk about
that game's on now, isn't it?
That's why I'm saying we gotta hurry to say up. I want to watch the
Oh,
game.
I forgot it was even Thursdays. We've been streaming so much. Every day just connects to one another, and it's just like video stream video, and then I wake up and then it's Saturday.
And then it's time to stream again. Okay, got it. Let's talk a little bit about our defense
Okay.
going up against, their offense, starting at their quarterback. We just learned who is going to
Forget
be.
about
it. How do you feel about our defense that has struggled mightily for the majority of the season, with the exception of the last 3, maybe 4 games? How do you feel?
I feel like this is going to be a confidence booster. I mean, you're going against the junior varsity. You go out there, you handle your business.
Hendo.
What? Now, one thing I'm gonna tell you what I do want to see, though, honestly, this is something that I want to see, and I know there have been explanations for it. I want to see Marlon Humphrey guard Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
And everybody said, well, he plays the slot. He's played outside corner as well.
And if
he is our best corner, he needs to start going up against the best wide receivers on these teams.
Yeah.
We need to stop sending Brandon Stevens. Brandon Stevens can't do it. But for some reason, week in and week out, we keep putting Brandon Stevens versus the number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah.
And I don't know how many times that you have to bump your head against the wall before you stop walking into the wall. And come playoff time, we might not have the luxury of trotting Brandon Stevens out there. We might not have the luxury of testing Nate Wiggins on a number 1. We put the rookie on number 1 sometimes. I don't think that that's fair to Nate Wiggins, but yet and still, Marlo just covers wide receiver 3, wide receiver 4. Like, that's what I want to see from the defense.
Oh, Reg, are you going to do that on your channel tonight? Thursday night football stream? Is that what you're planning to do?
That's what's up. Reg
I
is
love
back.
it. That means he's back. Oh, all right. This is good. Well, I certainly can't keep this stream going too much longer because we need to get ready for that one. I like it. Yeah, I think this is a time for the defense to really find themselves. I think they found themselves. Now it's just a matter of fine tuning. I think in the finding MDT Sports was, can our defense survive with Eddie Jackson? We found that answer out. No. Well, what about Marcus Williams? We found that out. So I think now it's just a matter of fine tuning. And what I want to see, or let me ask this question, and for everyone in the chat, what do you want to see from our defense overall? If you had to say, I want to see 1, and then number 2, I want to see this. 2 things you want to see from our defense this game, what would it be?
I want to see Odafe Owe get 2 sacks.
Why you got to go there? Why? But go ahead. All right, that's 1. Odafe Owe.
Wait a minute. You're complaining that I want Odafe Owe to get sacks?
Mm-hmm. Because it doesn't come from a pure place.
It does come from a pure place.
Thank you, David Hunt. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you. Really do appreciate it.
It does come from a pure place. I want him to get the 2 sacks so he can get the double digits, because he's so inconsistent. He may not get any more sacks for the rest of the season. So let's get him to double digits now against a weak offensive line. Let's get that. Let's get Marlon Humphrey on Malik Neighbors and have him try his best to shut him down. I don't expect him to stop him, but I expect him to slow him down. So those are the 2 things that I really want to see from this defense going forward. Because offensively, they don't have much to write home about. So no matter what it is going to end up being statistically, it's going to look a lot better than it really is. I mean, the rec league New York Giants are no match for a professional team. You have a bunch of amateurs out there playing against professionals and the best player in the NFL. What do you expect is going to happen? Like this
you read my mind, Philip.
Forget about
Number one for me, I want to see turnovers created by this defense, and not just because of Marlon Humphrey. Mm-hmm. That means Nate Wiggins,
right.
Brandon Stevens, Kyle Hamilton dropped a pick earlier this year. That means Kyle Hamilton.
A big one.
So I want to see, if I had to say 1 and 2, I want to see sack production from our edge rushers, and I want to see turnovers created by this secondary. That's what I want to see. I know our D-line is going to remain, as we have all season, best in the league. And we're getting Michael Pierce back. We talked about that on the previous stream. If you missed it, go ahead and check it out. But right, because we got excited. That was the stream where I threw some excitement over to you like this, and you were supposed to catch it. Don't worry. Yeah, exactly.
Block. Michael Pierce.
But
Man,
that's what
knees
I'm.
gave out because he's too heavy. Listen, Philip, I'm gonna tell you like this.
Yeah.
I don't think that you saw it, but I actually had an interview
You.
with, yes, I actually did an interview earlier this season with Nate Wiggins' hands, and Nate Wiggins' hands
Okay.
said, "I'm not touching no
Mm-mm,
balls."
mm-mm.
Pause. We don't. It's not. We don't do that over here. We don't catch balls over here. Pause. That's what they told me. So get Nate Wiggins getting the pick. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, but is
Just let
Kyle Hamilton? Did you have the same conversation with Kyle Hamilton and Brandon Stevens?
nah.
Oh, okay. Maybe you want to call them up and we can talk about that
I
tomorrow
was
during
so
our
I
stream.
was so I was so happy when I thought Brandon Stevens got that pick in the end zone. I was like, finally,
Yeah, yeah.
finally. But
So, hey there, Claude. Welcome into the show. Claude is in the
flat.
building. Claude is in
So
the building. Claude, tell us what you want to see from the defense. What do you want to see from the Ravens defense? One, two things, big takeaways that you'd like to see this upcoming game. I said turnovers created by the secondary, and I want to see some, increased sack production from our edge rushers. Those would be it for me. And I think if we can do that,
mhm.
because I mean, if you're going to talk about a game to really increase the probability or the likelihood that turnovers can happen and that sacks are achievable, this is the game to do it. This is the offense that we're going against to do it. So that's kind of where I am. But I don't want to see one thing. I don't want to see. I don't want to see Brandon Stevens just continuing to get beat.
Right.
That would be shameful. So we'll see. We'll see who. Philip says, yeah, the one he gets called back. Hey there, Kamal. Welcome in. Just win. That's right. That's
That's
right.
right.
That's what we need to do. We just need to go in and win. We need to go in, win, and come out healthy.
There's no way we lose this game.
I'm not going to say that. It is any
There's
given Sunday.
no way.
There's
No,
no,
no, no. There are
what
some
else?
Sundays. There are some Sundays you just know. You
Okay.
just know.
And if you were to have asked us that the morning or the day before we lost to the Giants 3 years ago now, 2 years ago.
I said we were gonna lose that game.
Mm, okay.
Right. Right. I said we were gonna lose that game. People was like, "You stupid. You don't know football." Okay. Watch
But we
me.
should not have, honestly. We should not
Oh
have.
no, of
But
course we should not have. But this is a totally
yeah,
different situation.
it's different.
Totally
It's
different
different.
situation, and there is no way on this green earth that the Ravens will lose this game. Mark it down, book it. I'm about to be like that dude and put $3 million on this game. It's gonna be
Please
monopoly
don't.
money. It's gonna be
Please.
monopoly
Oh,
money,
okay.
but
All right. All
free
right.
meal.
Yeah. 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 That's it. Clark said that's all. Some pressure and an interception. There you go. This would be a fine game for Kyle Hamilton to grab an interception. Perfect
Lamar
game for him to
Jackson,
do it.
third quarter, sitting on the bench. By the time we get to see what the backup quarterback can do in real games.
Yeah. Kamal said positive vibes only. I'm confident in the boys. We're going to win. Yeah, I hope so too.
Man,
I'm confident. I'm pretty confident in us. I'm not looking at it like, oh, this is going to be just a cakewalk. It'd be nice if it is. They're still going to have to put the work in to get it done. But we should be able to go in there and truly make a statement. This to me should be a statement game. And I know people say, well, what about the game against the Bills? Wasn't that a statement? Yes and no, because our offense was the shining light and our defense kind of was.
they played well
So,
that game.
yeah, they did well, but it wasn't to the level that we expect the Ravens defense. Like what we're seeing in the last couple of weeks, we're trending in that direction of what the Ravens have been historically as a defense. So
No negative.
we're not trending in
So,
the direction.
no.
Why not?
What turnovers are we creating?
I said trending in the. I didn't say we've achieved it. That's why I say I still want to see some turnovers.
We've been trending for a minute.
That's why I said I chose my words carefully. I did not say that in the last 3 weeks we have
No, I'm
gotten
just
back
saying
to.
it just comes a time when if the trend don't pop off, it dies.
Yeah, this is it. We just need to offense, defense, and special teams. We need to play complementary football for 4 quarters, meaningfully all game long. If we get a lead early, defense maintain the lead. But I think one player that we didn't really cover special teams per se, but one player I'm watching,
Mhm.
Justin Tucker. Rodney said he's been practicing in the rain. Leave him alone, and so on. But I need to see, does he have his confidence back? Do you think he does, Hendo? And everyone in the chat, let us know. What are your thoughts about Justin Tucker? Thank you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Let me go read that from Philip.
Appreciate you, Philip.
Thank you. Thank you, Philip. He said, keep it up, y'all. Go Ravens. That's right. That's right. Thank you. We will certainly keep it up all through the month of December into January, February, and beyond. So, Hendo, what do you think about Justin Tucker?
You think this may be the end of a great career?
I meant specifically with this game. Is this a get right for him game? Is this a game where we see Justin Tucker, 5 for 5, 4 for 4, whatever it is?
No, he misses a kick. He misses, I don't think that he's going to miss a kick because he's in decline. I think he's going to miss a kick because he's pressing. Because there's so much focus and so much pressure put on him. I think that it's just, maybe that first kick, especially the Ravens are probably going to have a comfortable lead. He's just going to be kicking a kick and he's just going to miss it because he's trying a little bit too hard. Then he'll settle down and get to a groove. But I just think for the most part, he'll be just kicking extra points this game. Now, if he misses one of those, let's see if Stout can kick extra points.
No, let's bring in someone else. Like I said last week, let's bring in some competition. But we're like, no, you got to,
And then everybody said, they said they're not doing that. And then everybody said, oh, you can't bring kickers in. Da, 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 da. But these other teams are finding kickers to make 50-yard field goals consistently. But for some reason, when it comes to competition with people that the Ravens like, we can't bring them in.
Yeah. Yeah. I want that too, MDT Sports. But because Justin has struggled so much, I want what you just said, for him to be able to come in clutch. But I also want him to be able to be consistent, especially from 50 yards or less. A 47, 48, 49 yarder. I want him to be able to make that because, what evidence do we have that we know that he's going to turn it around? Hopefully he does. And this is the game to do it. So come on, Justin. You all we got, brother. So Klotz said, I also want to see Lamar get back to the Tom Brady method. Those 3 to 5 yard passes, let the wide receivers get the yak. Yeah. I mean, that needs to be something that Todd Monken dials up. If this offensive line, I think the offensive line is going to be able to do pretty well going against the D line that's without, Dexter Lawrence.
Sexy Dexy.
Right. So I think that they're going to be able to
call him Sexy Dexy.
No, I'm going to call him Dexter Lawrence. And
you just don't like doing nicknames. I promise you.
Okay. I'm okay with that. But so I think I think our O-line is going to be able to hold up. But certainly when we go against Cleveland, Pittsburgh in a week, a little over a week.
Right.
When we go against those types of defenses and the offensive line struggles, these short intermediate passes need to be in heavy rotation because our offensive line can't hold up long enough for the routes to develop. These 30-yard, it's just not going to work. So I agree. I'd like to see some of the shorter passes as well. Yep.
Yeah, because we got after this week, it's gonna be a little rough. We got Pittsburgh, TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith is back. He didn't play in the last game, and they did a nice job. So now they're adding another piece in. Then we travel to Houston to play Houston on Christmas Day. We're already going to be tired because it's the third game in 10 days.
Yep.
But, D'Amico Ryans has that defense ready, and they got some dogs. Will Anderson, my man from Minnesota, Danielle Hunter. Like, they got some people. Then we ended off with Myles Garrett in Cleveland. Luckily, Zadarius Smith is not there any longer, but it's 3 defensive lines that can get after the quarterback. So this game, stay healthy, practice on your technique, get your confidence level up because,
for sure. Ooh, Philip, you're going to the Pittsburgh game. All right. Okay. All right. That's exciting.
Take them good vibes with you. We need it.
Take all of that good energy and just translate that.
I can't be 1-9 in the last 10. I talked to my brother for like 4 hours today.
What did he say?
You know,
Long and skinny. What did he say? We're gonna
we
lose.
talk
We're
we
not
talk about
ready
a lot
to.
of stuff, but he just, it's always that y'all can't beat us.
Yeah.
We're the standard. Y'all just a
Mm-hmm.
little brother wanting to be like us. Like,
Yeah.
all the same nonsense. So
And if you talk smack back to him, which I'm sure you did, which
I'm
I
always
know
talking
you
smack.
did. Of course you did.
I'm a professional.
Yeah, but just be professional and know when
I'm a
to.
professional smack talker.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a degree.
I'm not going to be sitting out in that cold for a loss, so they better win. They better do
Bruh,
something. That's it.
bruh.
Like these games, these last few games, I tip my hat off to those who are going to these games. It's
It is a special
cold
kind of
outside.
it is a special kind of cold in stadiums. And
Oh,
then in Pittsburgh, right off the river, I'm sorry, the Three Rivers,
Three Rivers. Yes. Yeah.
right off of it,
Mm-hmm.
bruh, more power to you.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, let's get into some score predictions really quickly. Drop your score predictions in the chat. Let us know who's winning, Ravens, Giants, and what's the score. Hendo, we'll start with you.
Ravens win. Giants score on special teams blunders, and the Ravens are going to win 48-6. They're gonna go for a 2-point conversion, and I get it.
48-6. Oh. All right. Okay.
Write it down. Mark my words.
Let me find something because for our post game show, make sure you come back for that on Sunday after the game. Hendo, are we streaming the game on Sunday?
Negatory, rubber ducky.
Make sure you come
It's a
back.
Giants game. Like, it's not even going to be interesting. Like
48-6. I wrote it down. Let me put Hendo.
I wouldn't even want to bore people that like that with that game.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask 48-6. I'm gonna ask about that score.
That's
All
being,
right.
That's being generous. Because we might get a shutout and score 50.
Oh, okay. I am going to go with
Facts.
37 to 10. 37-10. I think they can at least score a touchdown. I do. And then, they'll get a field goal somewhere along the way.
That's right. That's right, Enzo.
So
That's right.
30, I'm going to go with 37-10. Let's see what you said. Let's see what you all said in the chat. Let's see. All right.
right.
So Nightmare Kilo starts us off with 31-10. Okay. I'm right there with you. I said 37. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. MDT Sports is kind of along the lines with Hendo, but he's giving a little more points over to the Giants. So we'll see.
17 points?
That's it. I mean, he said 17. I said 10. Okay. Living Legend, 30-10. Yeah, I can see that. That's all we do is win, no matter what. That's it. I hear you singing, David. David is amazing voice, amazing vocalist.
Dang, Reg, you tripping.
I haven't even gotten to Rich.
I know.
Philip, 34-17. Yeah. We'll see. See now, Reg, this is why we're wanting to have Reg come back to the streams, because I just have questions. I want to know what.
Reg's predictions give me heartburn. Jeez.
Okay, I just want to know how we arrive at these numbers, these conclusions, Reg. But yeah, Kamal said Ravens win. That's all that matters. You got that right. That's it. And as long as we come out healthy, as long as we win and we come out healthy, that's it. Ooh,
that's right. That's right, Enzo. I'm with you on that one.
56.
I just need to know how Reg thinks that the New York is going to score 21 points.
35-6. I can see that. Yeah, somewhere around there. Malik goes for. That's what I'm saying. I think that Malik is going to get a touchdown. I do. Malik Neighbors, he's good for a touchdown. I do. I think so. And then they'll get a field goal. So that's why I give him 10 points. Malik goes for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't think he's doing that. No.
Right. Reg just be trolling.
He does. 35-3. Just win. That's it. Kenyatta, thank you for being here. 42-7. I like it. I like it. Yeah. I mean, living legend, when I was trying to talk about Justin Tucker, Rodney told me to leave him alone because he was out there kicking in the rain. So, there you go. That's it. Well, ladies, gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We do appreciate it. There is football on right now, and I'm pretty sure, not 100% sure, that the 49ers can do something this game. A Jackson 5-9. I like it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what
like
I'm
it.
saying.
We're overdue for a Jackson 5. Let's have one of those. That'd be good. Well, make sure you all are plugged in, locked in with us, because you're going to see us back very soon, i.e. tomorrow. For I don't know what we're going. Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I don't know what video I'm putting out tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to be back to live stream to talk about something. I can't tell you what, but just something. So make sure that your post notifications are turned on and that you are subscribed to both of our channels. And we will see you back very soon. Until next time, you take care, stay safe, and always remember,